The Cabinet Secretary and Chief Executive Officers received a significant pay raise. A letter to the Financial Secretary Joseph Waight, signed by Cabinet Secretary Stuart Leslie, outlined the increases. The Cabinet Secretary's annual salary is now $96,000 effective March 13th, just one day after the general election. CEOs will now earn $88,000 a year, effective March 18th. Opposition leader Tracy Panton expressed her alarm over these approved increases.
I am a little alarmed, and I hope all Belizeans are too, because this is being done at a time when we don't have an approved budget, when the government continues to operate with an unauthorized spending at this time. Our fiscal year came to an end on March 31st, and we should have in place by now a budget that was read and approved and debated. That is not the case. It's alarming because we've heard reports of frontline workers whose job it is to give services to the Belizean people, operating with subpar equipment and in subpar conditions. It is alarming because we recently heard of a decision to release open vote workers who were employed at the Department of Youth Services and the sports department.
This isn't the first time CEO salaries have made headlines. In October 2022, their allowances were restored after being cut by 50% during the COVID-19 pandemic. At that time, they were earning $76,000 annually. Cabinet Secretary Stuart Leslie noted that the last salary increase for the CEOs was in 2018.
2018 was the last time that CEOs got any salary increase, any increase in allowance or anything. 2018. In most jobs, anywhere you go, every year people get increase. If you're talking about cost of living and so on, what we are earning right now is what the government believed a CEO was worth in 2018. Think about this. A ministry, like the Ministry of Education, $300 million. CEO earns $76,000 plus $750 up until we restored her allowances to $1,500. You go all over the world and you ask CEOs in companies, corporations, managing far smaller budget.
Regarding the Cabinet Secretary's signature on the document approving the salary increase, he told News 5 today that his signature is just a formality. He explained that he doesn't have the authority to set his own salary and didn't push for an increase. The final decision lies with the Prime Minister, who is also the Minister of Finance and Head of Cabinet. However, opposition leader Tracy Panton argues that without an established budget for the new fiscal year, these increases lack proper justification.
When you enter the public service, your focus, and while you should be compensated certainly for your experience and expertise and what you bring to the table, your first duty and responsibility is to the people. And so when you enter public service understanding that you cannot be paid at private sector rates, because we have to live within a budget that will hopefully be focused on delivering services to people. We serve the people. I keep saying the people don't serve us, and we have to get back to this idea that public service is about service to country and service to people, and not the other way around. It is difficult for me to comprehend such increases out of context, out of any kind of framework as to what our national budget will look like.
CEOs receive annual allowances that include $1,500 per month for living and entertainment and $250 per month for telephone expenses. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.